All right, the Iran US Israel war is not just another headline. It is one of the most serious global conflicts right now. But the problem is, most people only see pieces of it. So, in this video, we are going to break it down into 10 important things that actually explain how it started, why it matters, and what could happen next. No complicated language, just clear understanding. On number 10, the trigger event. The conflict escalated when United States and Israel launched coordinated airstrikes on Iran. These were not random attacks. They targeted missile facilities, military bases, key infrastructure. The goal was to weaken Iran's military capabilities quickly. On number 9, Iran's retaliation strategy. Iran did not respond with just one type of attack. Instead, it used a mix of ballistic missiles, drones, proxy forces. Targets include US bases in the region, Israeli defense systems. This shows Iran's strategy is not just a direct war, but multi layered conflict. On number 8, the nuclear issue. That is the core reason. At the center of everything is one issue, Iran's nuclear program. The US and Israel believe Iran could develop nuclear weapons. Iran says it is for energy and civilian use. This disagreement has existed for years, but now it has reached a point where military action is being used instead of negotiations. At number 7, decades of tension behind it. This war did not start in 2026. It goes back to 1979 Iranian Revolution, US Iran political conflict, and Israel Iran rivalry. So, this is not a sudden war, it is a long term buildup finally exploding. On number 6, proxy war across the region. This is not just happening inside Iran or Israel. Iran has influence through groups in different countries. So the conflict spreads into places like Syria, Iraq, Lebanon. That is why it is called a regional conflict, not just a single war. So we have covered the cause and the structure of the war. So let's look at why this conflict affects the entire world. On number 5, the Strait of Hormuz, global impact point. One of the most important locations in this war is Strait of Hormuz. Around 20% of the world's oil passes through here. If this road is blocked or attacked, fuel prices increase globally, trade slows down, economies feel pressure. This is why even countries far away are affected. On number 4, air power dominates the war. Most of the fighting so far is not ground based, it is mainly airstrikes, missiles, drone warfare. This makes the war faster, harder to predict, more destructive in short time. On number 3, civilian consequences. Even though it is a military conflict, civilians are heavily attacked. Cities damaged, infrastructure destroyed, communication disrupted. There have also been reports of internet shutdowns, limited access to information. So the real impact is not just political, it is human. On number 2, why peace is difficult. Peace talks are happening, but they are not successful yet. Why? Because each side has different demands. Iran wants long term guarantees, US and Israel want immediate restrictions. So both sides are not agreeing on the same outcome. On number 1, risk of wider war. This is the most important point. This war could expand beyond these countries. Why? Global alliances, military partnerships, economic interests. If more countries get directly involved, it could turn into a much larger international conflict. So, yeah, this is not just a regional issue, It is a conflict that connects politics, economics, and global stability. And the situation is still developing.